Sanskaram University, where cutting-edge technology meets the promise of world-class education. Sanskaram University, education with values.
A ruling that has left the nation stunned, a judgment that is not just controversial, it is downright bizarre, baffling and begging to be questioned. In a country that's battling for gender equality, women's rights and a uniform civil code, the Allahabad High Court has just handed down a ruling that seems straight out of another era. A ruling that says, and I quote, "A Muslim man can marry multiple women as long as he treats them equally." That's right, polygamy legal and valid if the man plays fair. This judgment, delivered by Justice Arun Kumar Singh Deshwal, has raised so many questions. Can one religion really override basic pillars of justice and equality? The case in question involves a man named Furqan, a man who allegedly married a woman while already being married and did not tell her. The woman claims deception, she claims betrayal, and most shockingly, she accuses Furqan of rape. But Furqan, he says he has done nothing wrong because he is a Muslim and as per his religious law, he says he can marry 4 women. Justice Deshwal ruled that Furqan cannot be charged with bigamy because his marriage was under Muslim personal law. But if, and here's the catch, if the marriage had taken place under the Hindu Marriage Act, the Special Marriage Act, or even Christian or Parson Acts, then it would be a crime. So is this law being bent to fit belief? Let's break this down for our viewers what Allahabad High Court said. Polygamy is permitted under Muslim personal law only if all wives are treated equally and justly. Not permitted under special Hindu, Christian or Parsi marriage laws. Quran allows polygamy in exceptional circumstances, not as a tool for selfish gain. This is what the Allahabad High Court has said. The court traced polygamy to the ancient times, to times when men were dying in wars and women were left behind, widowed and helpless. So multiple women married the same person. But here's the question. Is modern India fighting tribal wars? Are we still living in 7th century or are we in 2025? The judgment almost reads like a history lecture, tracing the Prophet's era, the wars, the plight of orphans. But this is not a religious debate. This is a legal courtroom in one of India's top high courts. And the message being sent out is nothing short of a constitutional contradiction. Is this not discrimination on the basis of religion? Is this not a clear example of how personal laws are often used to bypass the Constitution of India to protect men while women suffer in silence? This judgment, this very judgment, legitimizes patriarchy under religious cover. It is dangerous. What is this really about? It's about control, power, and protection of patriarchy in the name of religion, in the name of faith. Furqan allegedly hides his first marriage, marries again. Woman says she did not know, alleges sexual exploitation, rape, and the court says no bigamy here, no bigamy here. He's allowed to do this. His religion says so. So here's the burning question. Can a secular nation like India afford to have religion-specific marital immunity? The Uniform Civil Code has been discussed, debated, delayed for decades now, but how long will women, especially from minority communities, be subjected to centuries-old rules that protect men but punish women? This is not Muslim versus Hindu. This is a woman versus a broken system issue. It's about closing the loopholes that allow exploitation behind the smoke screen of faith. The courtroom may have spoken, but country is watching. And women are waiting for fairness, not faith, to guide justice.